was good. That was a good show. Like, fuck. So much music, man. Fuck.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Just doing the whole the old Google debut albums 2000 to 2010. And they were just like reels and reels and reels of it. I was actually so shocked at how many fucking American Idol contestants, runner-ups, top.
Yeah, well, clearly, because when you brought that up, I was like, wow, you kind of stuck on this, but that makes sense because it was such a huge thing, right?
Yeah. I was going to, and I wasn't even looking for him. I was like, really, another one?
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't even looking for him.
Well, as I was writing, okay, this is as I was researching, I was writing shit down. So, Maroon 5, Taylor Swift, One Direction, Andrew WK. Do you remember him?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know. I saw him too. I was like, no, it doesn't make my cut. But yeah, I totally remember that album.
I had Three Doors Down.
Three Doors Down.
Oh my God, it's so sad, Brad. It's so sad. And he's actually doing. He's going on social media, showing what's happening in the moment as he's going through this phase 4 cancer. And so many bands are like in his corner and trying to help and promote. And, people have tried raising money. He's like, I have enough money. I don't want your money.
Yeah. It's cool that people, are thinking of him that way, They're at least trying to help him,
Well, I mean, apparently he or they are just a really lovable group of people.
Stand up guys, right?
And looking at my list here, I forgot one of the obvious fucking people that should have been mentioned over some of the others, Adam Lambert.
Yeah, well, we just talked about him, so he had enough.
Queen, yeah. But
again, you talk about amazing talent. Look at his voice. I mean, the guy's got a voice that people would die for.
What do you want from me?
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad you had Paramore in there because, like I said, they were on my list. I'm glad you had Perfect Circle was on my list. The Linkin Park, obviously, Hybrid Theory. Then Crooked Vultures, that was one of the other ones trying to shoehorn up in there. Raconteurs.
The Black Keys on mine.
I loosely mentioned it, but the Family Values Tour '99, that album with the live outside version was released in 2000, right? So thought about that. Edema, who is Jonathan Davis's brother who's in Edema?
I believe so. I could be wrong. But yeah,
I think you're right.
So I had them on my list. I had
Power Man 5000, which is Rob Zombie's brother.
I even had Justin Timberlake's first solo album. Like, you know what I mean? There was a bunch of pop too that I looked at. I was like,
there's a bunch of pop came out.
Yeah. So much stuff in those 9 years or 10 years, but I say because of 09, I say 9, but it's 10 years. I'm getting drunk.
I started writing down, because that big litany of lists of. I started writing down funny artists and band and album names. One was the band is called Droopy Butt. The album is called The Gone. There's an American rapper called Necro. The album's called I Need Drugs.
Nice.
That took him a long time to think of that title.
Yep. There were three bands that we've talked about a lot that I purposely kept off, and it was Chevelle.
Me too.
I thought for sure one of you two were going to have Chevelle in there.
I skipped it because we've talked a lot about them.
Yeah, me too. And to be quite honest, it's like them and Shinedown. I don't love their debuts. I think they've gotten better.
Right.
I love Chevelle's debut album.
I don't dislike it, but I think that every album's gotten better and better and better. So I was like, am I going to have them on because I really like same with Shinedown because I really love this band. Because Shinedown's got a couple of 45, I think, on their first one, and the Skinner ballads on their first one. Mm-hmm. Simple Band, and I thought I could have that, but no, I like their second album and their third album, and like I said, I just think they get better and better and better with each album. So.
Hell yeah.
I tried to be true to do I really, really like this album or do I just like that artist?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Right.
There's a couple of artists like that. I like older stuff, not their debut.
Right. Hell yeah, Stone Sour. Stone Sour was on my list for about a week and a half.
Forgot
And
about
I pulled it
yeah.
off.
I forgot about that.
That album is Bother. That song Bother is so fucking incredible.
That's on the Stone Sour debut, right? Yeah.
Yes. Corey Taylor has such a great range and awesome voice. And
Agreed.
I don't know anything about him personally or his politics. I try to avoid that, but he seems like he's a charming dude. He did a lot.
I just saw him on a British talk show, QI. It's a quiz show.
I love QI. QI. I have to watch it on YouTube.
So go on YouTube and put the clip on with Corey. He's great on there. Everybody's loving him. The comedians love him. The host loves him.
Why do some people not like him in the comments sections? Like, what does Corey Taylor have to say about this?
He's opinionated, that's for sure.
He seems like a really good. He seems like a good dude. Like
he seems like very charismatic. His version of Purple Rain, although it's not awesome, it's really fucking cool and emotional because Prince had just died. When he did the Chris Cornell's, what was the big song? Covered, can't remember. But when Chris Cornell died, he put a bunch of Chris Cornell songs out there, just him and acoustic. Really fucking cool.
Yeah, he's got an amazing voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when I heard his voice for the first time with Stone Sour, I think it was. I was like, this is the guy from Slipknot?
Yeah, exactly. He can actually sing.
Have you heard
it's not just he can sing. He's got a great voice, you know? Yeah, he's opinionated. He doesn't like the orange guy very much. So there's that lump of people who automatically say be a singer and don't give us your politics.
So he'd be given a hard time in the Canadian border.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked, Joe, that you didn't have Hailstorm. I put Hailstorm in the beginning because I know that you're a big Lizzie Hale fan.
Yeah, Hailstorm is on my list. Yep. Yep. Again, I had to cut so many things. I had to cut the Raconteurs, with Jack White as well. I love that album.
Yeah.
That first debut album's great stuff. There's so many good stuff in that. Not 10 years, man. You got to cut things. And part of me was like, and part of me almost had Tribe of Judah on there. You guys don't know those fucking guys. Tribe of Judah. You've heard of them? There you go. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna have two bands you've never heard of before.
Tribe of Judah.
Tribe of Judah. Yeah.
Who's in
I
that?
had the Arctic Monkeys.
Guess who's the singer?
Oh, I thought you might have the Arctic Monkeys, Chris.
Oh yeah. Again, yeah. Okay, Arctic Monkeys. Yep, they're on my list too. The Killers. I had them on my list. Great show, guys.
Yeah, it was a good decade of music, really. Like
it's a way stronger decade than it gets credit for.
Yes.
I think we always end up doing that when we have these shows that span 5-10 years. Like, oh well, we should have cut that down because going into it, we're like, oh, this will be easy. It'll be like 10 bands, right?
Yeah, we should have almost done.
Nick made a good point about not buying albums anymore and downloading stuff, right? Like,
right. That really came into play for me. Like I was like, oh. This is good. Oh, I only really know that song I listened to over and over again because I downloaded it.
The one song
I never listen, which is a fucking shame. And that was the true fallback of downloading.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not that because I'm not an artist, so sorry you didn't get paid. That does suck. But as much free music as humanly possible was my goal because of all the garbage that I bought. So I didn't give a fuck, right? Yeah. But in the end, when I look back, I'm like, I missed so much really good music because I wasn't buying the CD and folding out the sleeve and listening to it front to back over and over again and getting my money's worth. I was just like, I'll just pluck every fucking song ever made.
Well, and I brought it before.
And build a giant folder and never listen to anything.
Yeah, you do. I mean, and think of all the bands you've never heard of that are good. Think of all the songs by bands and gave up on that are good. I mean, I think I brought it before. We're seeing the same thing now when it comes to movies and TV. There's so much content. It's just like
it's just white noise, as you say, right?
No one goes to movies anymore because I wait 6 months or 3 months for it to hit streaming, and now it's like okay, because again, back in the day, what was a CD? $20, right? I think just for streaming kicked. I think they started going down once downloading became a thing, but I think they were hitting $20 before.
$20, right? Like fuck, some of them even more.
$20 back then, man. In 2000. That's like $22 now. No, I'm just kidding.
And I would buy like 5 a week. I'd get my check.
Yep.
Go into the store and get 5 CDs.
Yeah.
Right.
I miss.
Oh, I had friends that wouldn't go to stores with me because I would spend so much time trying to decide what ones I'm going to buy.
Just painstaking.
They're like,
oh, I want this one.
I'm gonna go to the fucking CD store. Okay, well, we'll see in 2 hours because we're not.
Well, that's what you did because you would roam, right? You browse. Not you get the one thing you wanted.
Shop, and some of them had a used category, or you go to a used shop. You're like, oh, some of these are selling for $6 or $7. Oh, I'm gonna get 3 of these oldies that I only have on cassette, and you start building your CD collection to later just dump for nothing.
Do you remember there was a place in Aurelia you'd come and visit, and we'd go and they had fucking like black market tapes, like just fucking
bootlegs and you know like used rare bootlegs and
yeah.
I mean, I don't want Canada, but Tuesdays were the day that new albums were released.
Same here.
Okay, so so we'd go there on a Tuesday or Wednesday. You get the one album that you knew you wanted to get, and you'd browse, and you always pick up 2 or 3 more that either somebody you're with said, "Hey man, you gotta get this one." You get that one, or you find something else that was a
That's why I walked out with so many CD singles, because I wasn't sure about those new albums, and if they didn't have a listing station, I'm like, well, I'll just buy the single of the song I know, and then I'll buy that single, and then I'll end up buying that fucking full CD later. I'm like, thanks you, fuckers.
And there was like at times a small record shop maybe in town, but usually if I wanted a good selection of stuff, I'd have to go 45 minutes an hour drive from where I was to like a good shop.
That's what it's like for me right now. It's I
was wondering if you live in the burbs, right? You got to drive to But you're back in that whole awesomeness. If you're with a vinyl collecting, right? You're back to the.
I couldn't get into that.
Tactile, man. Tactile. You got to hold it. You got to read it. You got to touch it.
Right.
I'm so bad. I'll like only buy near mint like original copies off eBay because I'm like, I don't want to peruse. I like going with Jimmy because that's about the only time I go to the record shop, and we have a blast. I love doing that, and I always find something I want. But I'm also lazy. I'll buy it online.
Yeah, we've gotten lazy, I know. But you're right, Chris. People wouldn't go with me either. Like, holy fuck.
Right.
I remember going with Katie.
Before we knew each other, like when I was in high school.
Are you going to be in here? I'm going to be in here for a couple hours. You want to go do something else? Like,
right. I'd be in high school and we drive an hour to Barrie, and they're like, "Well, how long are you going to be?" I'm like, "Well, fuck! Like I come here once a month. Like,
I'm going to be here the rest of the day. Like, fuck!
I got to look at. Not only do I have to look at CDs, I got to look at posters. I got to look at fucking.
I got to look at everything. They got collectibles. What else they got? They got some pins. Maybe put those on my jean jacket. What else they got? Right.
Just Ranked is researched and produced by the Just Ranked crew. Editing and mixed by Joe Burkle. Socials and marketing by DJR Media Services. Theme music by Blue Joker. If you're enjoying the show, please set your podcast app to download new episodes and help spread the word by leaving a review and tell everyone you know to listen.